Okay. I was trying to get my audio settings right and shit, man. Um, D Mac, what it do? Sky was good. Nick, what it do? Um, um, Texas so and so, what it do, bro? I knew the shit was muted, bro. Y'all just gotta be patient. I was trying to unmute the shit. K, what's good? Um, it's really an update on my condition, or like I'm gonna say my condition because the shit still going on. You know what I'm saying? Really like my situation and shit. And then I'm gonna tell. I can really like while I'm telling y'all what's going on. I can tell y'all the story of what happened while I'm telling y'all what the fuck going on, because it was all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Some shit that took me by surprise. All right, so let me clear my shit. All right, so Saturday, April 1st, little mama had a birthday party because her birthday's on the 4th. So, but that Saturday was the best time to throw her a party. So she had a birthday party, and a lot of people showed up. Family members came from out of town and all that shit. They wanted to have an after party. They wanted to have an after party at my crib, but I declined it. And I was like, nah, because I didn't want to clean up after everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a neat freak, bro. Like I'm a neat freak, and like they say opposites attract, which that's a damn lie. You know what I'm saying? Opposites don't fucking attract. Opposites don't fucking attract. Opposites. I'm gonna say opposites end up together. You know what I'm saying? My wife she's not a neat freak or whatever. But at this point, I was at home, just me and my wife. We had been taking some time away from each other, and I wasn't finna clean up behind nobody. So I said no. So we end up decide. My brother-in-law decided that he was gonna throw it at his house. A barbecue would get together at his house. So long story short, we end up going there. I'm drinking. I'm having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking and shit. I'm having a good time and shit. I'm DJing, but like when I'm DJing, I ain't DJing all that young boy shit. You know what I'm saying? I DJ for older people. You gotta be 35 and up. You know what I'm saying? The shit I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? To enjoy yourself. Cause I'm not, if I'm drinking, I'm not finna be in all the no aggressive mind, stay ready to fight and all this shit. I'm playing old school songs. I'm playing blues and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Old school R&B and shit like that. So I'm drinking. As the night winding down, all of a sudden I get this rush of cold feeling, bam, like instantly while I'm drinking, like I had the flu. You know what I'm saying? So I put my car on, like, oh shit, I was like, man, I feel sick. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't feel right. I feel sick as hell. Like I got the flu or something just out the blue for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it, I'm finna go home. You know what I'm saying? So I packed my kids up in the car and I'm headed to the house. So what's up, man?
Hey, I didn't want no baby. I just called because I done laughed at you over
All right, so back to the story. So I instantly get a rush, a cold, like I had the flu or some shit. Like I started feeling sick. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like I don't feel good. So I know saying I'm finna go home. On my way to the house, y'all don't know how they got these big sheets of metal they be putting in the street to cover the holes and shit. On the way to the house, I'm speeding trying to get to the house, so I swerved to try to go around that bitch because I got 22s. I guess I clipped the end of that motherfucker because man, that bitch cracked my front and back rim on my car. I'm saying on the passenger side, and I feel one of the tires flat, but I'm feeling so fucked up. Gradually, it's getting worse. I'm feeling so fucked up and sick to the point where I just keep driving. I just keep driving to the crib like fuck it. If it's flat, it's flat. Fuck it. It gotta get fixed anyway. So I get to the crib. I don't want to get out the car. It's cold outside. I got the heat on full blast in the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the car wrapped over with my coat and shit out. But I get up, I open the door and shit. I go in the house, turn the heat on full blast in the house. I'm laying in the bed. So I'm laying in the fucking bed, body aching, weak, can't move, and don't know what the fuck wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what the fuck wrong with me. So in the middle of the night, I'm burning the fuck up. I can't move. I can barely walk. I get out the bed, I can barely walk. So I called the ambulance to take me to the hospital because I just cracked both of my fucking rims. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? That's the only ride I got. So I called the ambulance. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, with my history, like they used to see me a lot years ago. So they pull up and luckily it's a nigga that used to see me a lot years ago. I tell him what's going on. And he touching me. He like, hell yeah, you burning the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, shit, no, they take me to the hospital. They run a flu and COVID test. The shit come back negative. Both of them come back negative. They don't do shit else. They just do flu and COVID. And they do a regular chest x-ray. Nothing come back. So they like, okay, you probably got flu or you probably got COVID. Give it a couple of days and come back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, come back home, lay back in the bed, can't fucking move. I'm burning the fuck up. I'm drinking fucking, I'm taking NyQuil, DayQuil, I'm drinking motherfucking Gatorade and shit. I'm burning up. I'm still balled up. I'm in a hoodie, a whole jogging set with two covers, you know what I'm saying, over me. I'm just balled up. I'm like, bro, this shit feel worse than COVID. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, man, this shit feel worse than COVID. Like, I'm fucked up. Like, I can't move. It's hot as a bitch. Like, I'm freezing. If I take anything off, I'm freezing. So I said, fuck this. I'm going back to the emergency room. Well, I don't say fuck this. I'm going back to the emergency room. Matter of fact, my wife, she like get up. You know what I'm saying? I guess she was taking the kids to get something. She was like, get up out the bed. I'm finna take you to the emergency room. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I don't feel like going. I'm like, I'm fucked up. I'm like, oh shit. So I make my way outside and shit, go to the emergency room. You know what I'm saying? She take me to the emergency room. I get to the emergency room and they run my blood and shit, and they instantly like, man, you got some type of infection. So I'm like, I got an infection. What the fuck? They was like, oh yeah, your white blood cell count 17. That's high. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, my shit normal at 13. So I was like, is 17 really high? And they was like, yeah, you got an infection. We finna admit you to the hospital and all this shit. So they admit me to the hospital. I had a fever of 104.5. White blood cell count is 17. Body aches, too weak to walk, too weak to stand. And I was fucking freezing to death. Like I was begging them for blankets and covers. They weren't giving to me and shit like that. They didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me. They said my body was dry as fuck, dehydrated. I didn't have like my kidneys and bladder and shit. Everything was coming back weird when I took the little piss. They took the piss samples. They took the blood samples. They didn't know the blood cultures. Wasn't nothing popping up in the blood cultures. They didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me. So they just started treating me with fluids, Tylenol, Toradol, and some type of antibiotics. So they gave me like 3 rounds of antibiotics. It took them 3 days to get my fever to come down. My shit would be at 104. They would drop it down to 101. Then they'd go back up to 104. They'll drop it down to 100. it'll go back up to 104. So it took them 3 days to get that bitch to stay stable and finally get down to 98 point something. But I was still weak as fuck. I still was lightheaded, dizzy, off balance. Still, you know what I'm saying, wasn't feeling normal at all. But they discharged me from the hospital. And I was like, bro, I'm telling the doctor, I'm like, bro, I don't feel normal at all. I was like, bro, something ain't right. He talking about where he gonna write down on the napkin. I still got the shit. He gonna write down on the napkin that I had on my table in there his directions to his office. You know what I'm saying? The address to his office, talking about in 2 days, come to my office. I'm like, nah, bitch, you trying to gain a patient. Like, I don't want you to be my fucking PCP or my doctor, no shit like that. I want you to take care of what the fuck going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga discharged me. I said, fuck that. You know what? This the time where I need to go holler at these white folk. You know what I'm saying? So I took my ass to Germantown. So I went to Germantown. They did a motherfucking now I'm still weak. At this point, I can't breathe. Like when they let me out the hospital and I come home, I can't breathe. Like walking from here to my front door, I'm winded. I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't catch my breath. I'm still saying this shit. All yesterday, I'm going shopping to stores and shit, grocery stores. I'm going to the bank to get money orders, to pay bills. Everything I'm doing, I can't fucking breathe. I'm trying to take care of the business that I was supposed to take care of before I went in the hospital. I'm like, I can't fucking breathe. So I come home. I'm chilling and shit. I'm like, man, I lay down. I'm like, my body's so fucking tired. I need to take a nap. I need to go to sleep. So as soon as I lay down to take a nap to try to go to sleep, I start getting goddamn sharp pains east side of my motherfucking ribs. You know what I'm saying? East side of my stomach. I said, fuck this. I can't breathe. I'm finna go to Germantown. I went to Germantown and they did a CT. They did blood work first. My motherfucking BPN number is letting you know how your heart is pumping. You know what I'm saying? How your heart is fully functioning. They did a heart workup. They did normal blood work and everything. It still showed I'm anemic as fuck. Because for y'all that didn't know, I'm anemic as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm that nigga that be like, hey man, it's cold in the bitch in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And my motherfucker BPN, which is the number that show you how well your heart is pumping, like how deep you into how close you is into congestive heart failure. My BPN was 151, and that shit normally runs a 8 or a 9, meaning I don't have heart failure at all. You know what I'm saying? My shit was 151, and the warning number is 126. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, 126 is the warning sign, and bitch, I'm at 151. So I'm in the hospital panicking now, like, what the fuck? I'm not finna wait in here with these old people that's in here because they fell in the kitchen or they fell walking up their fucking steps. I'm not 70. Motherfucker, I'm 38. I'm young. My motherfucking BPN don't supposed to be this fucking high. Y'all need to let me talk to somebody, a doctor or something. They need to rush me to the back, see what the fuck going on, take some more blood. Where the fuck you want it from? You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, bitch, I know I'm not having no fucking heart failure. So they make me wait. You know what I'm saying? A whole nother hour. They got some blood. They got some fucking blood. Didn't recheck the BPN. They just rechecked the troponin to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack. Get me back, talk to the doctor. Luckily, it was a doctor that knows me, that I know, that we very familiar with each other. She knows every fucking health condition I got or whatever, knows everything about me, knows if anything is not normal. So it's the BPN shit, I'm telling her, like, why the fuck this shit so high? And she like, oh, it's high because something's not right in your body. She's like, trust me, your heart is fine. There's nothing wrong with your heart. She's like, I'm looking at the EKG. I'm looking at the blood work. Nothing's wrong with your heart. You're not having a heart attack. So I said, okay, why the fuck is it high? What the fuck going on? I was like, I barely can fucking breathe. I take 4-5 steps. I'm short of breath. I'm short of breath now talking to y'all. Like, I'm feeling like I can't get my full breath. I can't get my full breath. Like I'm weak. What's the fuck going on? She like, yeah, you just got out the hospital. They gave you this, they gave you that. They ain't know what was wrong. So we gonna do a CAT scan of your chest. She did a CAT scan of my chest. You know what I'm saying? Me and mom do sitting there waiting on the results. You know what I'm saying? Get the results. She said I had some scarring in my lungs and some of my bronchial tubes was full of mucus. So she said when I was at the other hospital that I had pneumonia. I had walking pneumonia and they didn't fucking know. She was like, I don't know how they didn't know. She's like, because they did a CAT scan of my stomach and they did a CAT scan of my pelvis. They didn't CAT scan my chest. She was like, well, I don't know why they didn't look at your chest. She was like, but it's a good thing they gave you antibiotics. You know what I'm saying? Because she was like, they knocked it down from pneumonia to bronchitis. Not bronchitis, bronchitis. Bronchitis is worse than bronchitis because it's the smaller tubes in your lungs that are infected. So she gave me a prescription for some antibiotics and she was like, just take this for 7 days, twice a day. This should help you. So I'm in the hospital. I'm like, bro, I had fucking walking pneumonia and it just didn't hit me 5 days ago. I had to have this shit for over a week because I remember going to the hospital telling them, hey, I just hit a black and mild one time and all hell just broke loose. I just felt like I was finna die. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't move. I had to hold some shit to keep from falling. My whole body tingling and something ain't right. So they checked my heart, scanned my head, and did a chest x-ray, but never thought that I had pneumonia. Never thought to check my lungs. So to say that I went to the hospital a week before all this shit kicked in and they missed it, boy, God not ready for me to leave this earth because I had pneumonia. I had pneumonia for over a week and didn't even know it. And didn't know it even after they gave me antibiotics to get rid of it. I still didn't know that I had pneumonia until somebody, the right person. I sat in the weight room and prayed. I sat in the weight room and prayed that I was like, God, I'm not ready to go. Forgive me for any commandments, any sins, anything I've done wrong, any commandments I broke, any sin. I'm not ready to go. Lord, help me through this. Help me fight through this. Find out whatever's going on. Mom Deuce came up there. Y'all know Mom Deuce, an elder in the church. She didn't put oil on me. She didn't pray. I'm sitting in there, back hurting, chest hurting, everything. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, out of all the doctors that was there, because I knew every doctor, every nurse practitioner that was there, that was the only doctor there that was going to go that extra mile and actually find out what was wrong with me. And God made sure that that doctor got my paperwork, got my, you know what I'm saying, got my results instead of this racist ass white man that was there and this racist ass motherfucking white lady that was a nurse practitioner. This Asian lady, Dr. Fong, who's straight to the point, got my paperwork, bro. And I found out that I could have fucking died. I still don't feel like I'm out of the woods because I'm still winded now talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just started my second round of antibiotics and I ain't feeling, you know what I'm saying? I still ain't feeling normal. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate y'all. I really appreciate the concern for y'all that did hit me up on IG in the DM. You know what I'm saying? If you felt like I was being short with you, you know what I'm saying, with the conversations, y'all got to understand, I wasn't feeling 100%. And still not feeling 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate the concern. I do appreciate everybody that reached out. You know what I'm saying? I'm very grateful for a lot of y'all that support me. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that was on set. You know what I'm saying? It was on set, it just hit out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It had to be lingering. This had to been sitting in me for a while. You know what I'm saying? So that's just basically the update, you know what I'm saying, for y'all who did care or wondering what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it was scary for me because the first 4 days I was by myself. Like nobody was in the hospital with me. That's the thing with me. When I go through things and I have to go get hospitalized, nobody be there with me. You know what I'm saying? The only reason Mom Deuce was there with me last night is because of the fact that that BPN number was elevated so high that she wanted to come pray for me. But nobody fight these battles with me. It only be me and God fighting these battles because I know how to pray. You know what I'm saying? So even though, like I said, you can't judge a book by its cover because you see me get on the internet and you see me speak a certain way or act a certain way, you don't know nothing about me when I turn this camera off. So with that being said, I'm finna get me some rest. I'm finna eat and I'm finna lay down and take a nap. Because as you can see, like all my shoes is not here. I'm making some life changes right now. You know what I'm saying? So you said probably when you went to that street festival. No, it was hot as hell that day. It wasn't that. It's just weather changing and it's hot as fuck, and then I'm wearing shorts. And then the next day, it's cold as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wear a whole jacket and coat and jeans. It's the weather changing back and forth. And then I sleep under a fan every night. Then I can't go to sleep without the fan. You said would they be doing a follow up? I would have to set that over my PCP. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm going through some life changes. So even it might be at the right time. The changes might be coming at the right time when I'm supposed to be resting because y'all probably start seeing a different background behind me or a different. I might have my shit set up differently. But that's the update. That's the update. Like I said, I appreciate y'all that was concerned. I appreciate y'all that hit me up and instantly. Now, so I appreciate every prayer, and this is why I couldn't understand that I was sick because I drink. They was like you dry. They was like you don't have nothing in you. I was like, hold up, I drink water all day, every day. Ain't no way. So with that being saying, bro, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I'm finna rest for the rest of mine. It was. I think it was. They didn't say because she don't know it wasn't there. It was just signs that I had it because the first hospital was saying that I had a infection, but they didn't know. They was saying they didn't know where it came from or whatever. But like I said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm finna eat and take me a nap.